Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm going to be teaching you Pilates today. First, we're going to start up with our warm-up. So we'll start with our breathing. We'll start nice and tall, and we'll breathe in through our nose. And exhaling, we're going to come down over onto our knees. From this position, we'll be breathing in through our rib cage here and feel it fill up with air, and exhale. Breathing in and exhaling, tighten those abdominals. Breathing in again. Now we're going to go on to our hip release. Now you can go on to your elbows if you like. What we're going to be doing is just drawing a line with our toe and keeping along with that line, bringing our knee in and out, okay? Outwards with our knee, inwards with our knee. And now we're going to reverse that. Inwards with the knee, and then outwards. We can do the other leg. And 3, starting reverse. That's great. Now we're going to move on to our spinal rotation, where your knees and your hips will be stacked as well as your shoulders. If you do need a pillow here for your neck, you can do that as well. We're going to inhale up to the ceiling and exhaling it back. Inhaling through your rib cage here and exhaling it back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling it up. One more time, inhaling and exhaling back. Inhaling here and exhaling it all the way back. Moving on to the other side. Again, stacked knees, shoulders stacked as well. And inhaling up. Exhaling back, inhaling. And one last time. It's a great exercise for our spinal rotators. Now we're going to move on to our hip rolls. Going onto your back. Heels are going to be closer to your bum. And what we're going to be doing here is sequentially through our vertebrae, we're going to be lifting our tailbone off of the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time, ending off on our upper back, inhaling here, and exhaling back down, 1 vertebrae at a time, ending with our tailbone last. Inhale to start, and exhaling it up. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Inhaling here, and exhaling it back down. 2 more. Now we're going to move on to our arm circles to warm up our shoulder joint. Now remember, when we do bring your arm up over your head, to engage your abdominals and your rib cage. Let's do this together. Inhaling it up and exhaling around. And one more time. Now we're going to move on to our scapular slide. So we're just going to slide our arms down the mat and up around our ears just to mobilize our scapula or our shoulder blade on our thoracics. And last time, reach, reach, reach down the mat and back up. And we're going to end off with our head nods. So you'll hear me say lengthen the back of your neck and back up. And that's great. We're going to move on to our ab prep from here. Now, this exercise is going to look something like this, keeping in the same position. We're going to be lengthening the back of our neck on our inhale, exhaling to come up to look at our thighs. Arms will be reaching like this, and we'll be pulsing for 1, 2, 3, and back down. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times in a row. Lengthening the back of the neck on the inhale. That's great. Now we're going to flip onto our tummy and do our breaststroke prep. Now, when we do this exercise, I'm going to move around to the other side. When we do this exercise, we make sure that our hands are going to be at the sides of our shoulders. Legs can be just shoulder width apart, and your rib cage will stay on the mat. So we'll have our nose down on the mat to start, and we're going to inhale up and exhale back down. And you should be looking just above your mat here. Inhaling up. Let's do this 4 times. And last one. This time we're just going to hover our nose above the mat, interlock our fingers, glue that to your forehead, and we're going to do the same thing, okay? Inhaling up. Let's do this 6 times. It's not a huge movement. You should feel it flexing in your upper back. Four, 5, and 6. Let's move our arms to our sides, and this time we're going to reach back when we do this, okay? Arms are going to be hovering. Let's do this 6 times. Inhaling up. Reach behind you. And last one. That's great. We're going to come back onto our heels and our glutes and do our shell stretch. Tighten those abdominals, make a nice C curve here, and reaching down, stretching all of that out. That's wonderful. We're going to move on to our signature move for Pilates, which is our 100. It's called the 100 because you're going to do a count for 5 inhaling and a count for 5 exhaling, which will make 10 breaths, and we do 10 sets of that. Now, there are 3 positions for this. You can have your feet on the mat, you can have your legs up for tabletop, and you can also straighten it. I'm going to do all 3 at different points in the exercise, so you can definitely follow along with me, or if it's too difficult, you can keep your legs down on the mat for sure, okay? So we start this off with our ab prep position. lengthening the back of our neck, and exhaling up. Now, when we're in this position, we will be pumping our arms. Pretend there's a little ball underneath there, and you're gonna pump, pump, pump. Come up where you feel is comfortable. Okay, and then we pump, pump, pump for our breath pattern, okay? Let's do that all together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Inhale to stay. And exhale back down. Woo! Quite the burn there, and stretch it all out. Take a couple breaths. Last one. Ah, that feels so good. That really energizes your body. Okay, we're gonna move on to our half roll back. So we're gonna start nice and strong and straight through our spine. We're gonna roll backwards, creating a nice strong C curve. Arms will be reaching forward, and we're going to flex forward, pretending that we've got a nice little ball here that we're reaching forward. Bring your shoulders down. Let's do that for 6. Inhale back, exhale forward. Let's do 2 more. Now we're going to move on to our roll up. Now this exercise can be done with your knees bent if you do feel if you are a starter, or if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, your legs can be straight, ankles flexed. And let's breathe in and engage our abdominals and our rib cage, because we will be lifting our arms over our head, flexing the back of your neck, reaching forward and coming forward here, making sure your shoulders are down. Let's do 5 of these together. Inhaling up and exhaling to bring you up. Inhaling back. Exhaling back down. And 2 more. Use that exhale to bring you up. That's it. And last one, let's come up nice and strong. Good stuff. Let's move on to our leg circles. Knees will be slightly bent for this. Making sure our pelvis here is nice and strong. What you can do is put your hands on your hips so that they don't roll all over the place here. This exercise is nice and controlled. We're going to bring our leg up like this, and we're going to do little circles. You can also do this with your knee bent, okay? So we can do some of both. Let's start with our legs straight, just the size of a dinner plate. We're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend back down. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Let's do with this leg bent. And you can draw with your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. We're going to move on to our spine twist. Coming up. Wonderful. Now, this exercise, you can have your knees bent like this if you like, or you can have your legs out in front of you. So, what we're going to do here, have them out, back's going to be nice and straight, make sure. Arms are going to be at the side, and we're going to have our arms up here, and we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, exhaling it back, nice and strong, okay? So let's do that together. Arms up, inhale, exhaling should bring you back nice and strong. 3 more each side. Great. Let's move on to our rolling like a ball. It's exactly that. Now, hands are going to be at the sides of your forelegs. You're on your sit bones to start. Then we're going to hover our feet just off of the mat here, and let's practice rolling on and off of our sit bones. I know you might be wobbly here and may want to fly backwards, but try and have a lot of control with this exercise. So let's start this together so you have enough room. Let's roll back just a bit. And you see, you've got that balance going on with your pelvis. Tight, tight, tight with those abdominals. Let's breathe in. And exhale, make them tight. Nice and strong. On our inhale, we're going to roll to our upper back. Exhale up. Let's do that 6 times. Nice and controlled. Shoulders down. This time when we go back, we're going to go straight into our single leg stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Knees together, stay up. Let's do our obliques. Shoulders to knee. 1, 2, 2 more. Good stuff. Whew. Now we're going to move on to our shoulder bridge prep. You're on your back here. Heels are close to your bum or your glutes. And with this exercise, it's like the hip roll, only your hips are going to be coming straight up to the ceiling here, okay? So inhale to stay. Exhaling it straight up. And you can adjust your feet if you need be. You should feel nice and strong from your knee all the way to your upper back. So you are on your upper back, not your neck. Palms are down. Let's do this all together, and we're going to pulse when we get up there. And inhale, exhale it up, and pulse for 1, 2, nice and tight, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to hold it up there for 1, 2, and 3. Back down. And let's flex it up. Exhale. Pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You're gonna have buns of steel after this. Okay, let's do it for 8. Inhale, exhale, nice and strong. Pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice and tight. 7, 8, hold it for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, feel the burn. 7, 8, and release. Bring those knees up to your chest. You can stretch those out. You can try bringing one leg down and bringing that knee to the opposite opposite side of your shoulder there. Bring your other knee up. That should give you a nice stretch for your glutes. Okay, so we're gonna do our rollover prep from here. So you're still in the same position. Legs are going to come up. You can cross them. So what we're gonna do here is our tailbone or our sacrum is gonna come off of the mat and back down. So now you're not flinging your legs over, you're not using momentum here. Again, you're using your abdominals, nice and strong. Okay, so breathing in and exhaling. 4 more. Last 2, let's go up nice and straight. Okay, good stuff. We're gonna flip over to do our breaststroke. And it's just that, like when you're swimming in the water. Now let's have our legs just above shoulder width apart here. If you do have any low back injuries or tightness, you can bring your legs out even further. Toes pointed out. Hands are going to be starting on the side of the mat. Now let's make sure our abdominals are nice and tight. Just hovering here. We're going to come up and we're going to inhale to dive, exhale around. Let's go for 6. And one more. Nice and tight here and hold it. Breathing in and exhaling back down. Good stuff. Let's go back into a shell stretch. Nice and tight with those abdominals, creating a nice C curve. And then we're gonna move on to our oblique rollback. This is one of my favorite exercises. All right, so it looks like the half roll back. We're gonna start with a nice straight back. Palms will be up and straight. Make sure those shoulders are down. And we're gonna just follow our hand back as if you're offering something to someone diagonally. And then we're gonna come straight back up and do the other side. And then straight. Okay, let's do that for 8. Inhaling up. And for 3. Two more. And last one. Great. Now let's move on to our swan dive prep. Okay, for this exercise, you will definitely have your legs on the sides of the mat, toes pointed out. Arms will be at the sides, elbows in. Now, your rib cage, your belly button will still be on the mat for this. You're not coming up too high. We're starting this position hovering, inhaling, and exhaling up and looking forward, okay? Let's do that for 6. Inhale up and exhale down. Last one. Good stuff. Let's go back into our cat stretch. Now your hips and knees should be in line, and so should your shoulders and your wrist. All right, we're going to inhale here, and exhale. We're going to tuck in our tailbone, one vertebrae at a time, ending with our head. Inhaling here through your rib cage. Exhale, tailbone, vertebrae, head. Inhale here, and tuck it in. Push, push, push away from the mat. Inhale, and exhale it out. One more. Good stuff. Let's go into our single leg extension from here. I'm just going to bring one leg up, and it's like a little bit of a glute exercise here. We're going to pulse, pulse, and pulse, okay? Let's do that together. 1, 2, and 3. Other leg. 1, 2, and 3. 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 One more each side. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So now that we've got that all flexed out, now opposite leg to arm. We're going to lift it up, back down. Nice tight tummy. Two more. Let's do the other side. Does take some balance, so takes practice. And one more. Good stuff. Let's go into a stretch here. Good stuff. Okay, so the leg pull front. Okay, so we've got, again, we're on all fours. We're just going to lift up at our knees, just about an inch off of the mat, okay? Holding that. We'll just lift that toe up and down, okay? So make sure your knees and hips are in line. Wrist and shoulder are in line, making sure that I am. Okay, lifting up just an inch, holding it there, inhaling, exhaling it up, and back down. Let's do that for 4. 3 more. 4. let's do one more. Okay, good stuff. We're gonna go into our plank. And let's hold that for 30 seconds, okay? All together. Okay, and go. Making sure your body's nice and straight, your bum's not up too tall, or sorry, too high. Make sure I can see that timer. Breathe it out. And 10 more seconds. Burn. Whoo. Okay. And down. Good stuff. So we're just going to stretch that out. And we're going to end off with our push-up. Okay, so we'll be on our knees here. You can cross here. And making sure your hips are all in line with your shoulders here, so your bum's not out. And we're just going to come down and do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Push up. Let's do that for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Exhale. Sniff, sniff. How about 2 more? Good stuff. Now let's just stretch that out. Those shoulders might be burning, nice and straight with our back. And we're going to end off with our spine stretch forward. Nice and strong and tall. Inhaling here and exhaling 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to reach forward. And you can do this over your knees. Inhaling up. And last, stacking that vertebrae and exhaling back down. Well, that's the end of our Pilates workout. You can definitely stretch everything out if you feel need be. Take your time with that. And I look forward to seeing you getting your sexy back and keeping your fitness in motion. Take care and we'll see you soon.